twizzle with me.
Everybody starting doing the twizzle. Everybody, if you're ready to sizzle, you twist a little and you twist a lot, and when you really get hot, that's the twizzle. Twizzle, twizzle.
Weeknights starting at 9/8 Central on MeTV.
Hi, I'm John Mallison. Welcome to Connect with Me here on MeTV Fresno. On this Wednesday, it's Ask the Expert Day. Devin Nugent of Healthcare California is going to be my guest. He's the COO, the Chief Operating Officer, to talk about home health care. 559-265-4331 is the number. Back in a minute. Well, we haven't had an Ask the Expert Day here in quite some time on Connect with Me, and so today is the day. But before we get into the guest and what our topic is going to be, I want to bring this up one more time. I talked about it on Monday, I talked about it on Tuesday, and yes, tomorrow is the day. Tom Flores, the former head coach of the Oakland/Los Angeles Raiders, the two-time Super Bowl winning coach, is going to be my guest here tomorrow. He came in the studio about 2 months ago on his way to Sanger. He stopped in, graciously spent about an hour here in our studio. We taped an entire program with Tom Flores. One of the topics we'll talk about is, why in the world is he not in the Pro Football Hall of Fame? Do the pro football writers, are they in a coma or something? He's got 4 Super Bowl rings. The other thing we'll talk about, of course, is the demise of the current situation over there in Oakland and the black hole and the Raider Nation and everything else and what's gone wrong with that team. That's tomorrow at 10:30 and again at 7:30 here on Connect with Me, Tom Flores. Now to our guest. It's Ask the Expert Day, and if you're interested in home health care, let's say you go into the hospital, St. Agnes or community hospital, you're coming out and you need home health care. Who are you going to call? You might want to call Healthcare California. It's Ask the Expert Day. Let's go to the videotape and I'll show you what I'm talking about. The man standing right there and walking through the hallways is Devin Nugent. He's the Chief Operating Officer and the Administrator of Healthcare California, located at Bullard and West. Now, Devin has extensive experience in the corporate world. He worked for the U.S. Small Business Administration at one time. He was one of the top executives at Long's Drugs. He graduated from Fresno State with a BS in Business Administration, Finance, and that is where he met Harry G. Harris. Harry is the president and founder of Healthcare California. In fact, Dr. Harris was Nugent's professor at Fresno State and became his mentor. Live in our studio right now is our guest today, Devin Nugent, the COO and Administrator of Healthcare California. The company's only been around about 5 to 7 years, I think, or maybe 8 years. I think I may have my facts off by a year or two. But anyway, he's here to take your phone calls. If you have any questions about Medicare, Obamacare, and what some of the changes might be and what's coming up in the home healthcare industry, Devin Nugent is the guy to call here at 559-265-4331. People in the studio are laughing because I almost said Devin Nunes. No, we're not talking to him today. We're talking to Devin Nugent, Healthcare California. Call in if you have a question about home health care. We're back with our guest in just a moment.
Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're the save energy, save time, save money place. The Energy Star qualified, ready steam equipped, high efficiency Frigidaire affinity place. You heard right. Right now, save big on select Frigidaire laundry pairs and pay no interest when paid in full within 6 months. At the hometown low price, think outside the big box place. Since 1951, Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're working hard to be your place.
I want to clarify that Devin Nugent is our guest. No relation to Ted Nugent, by the way. He is the the COO of Healthcare California. He's our guest today. Devin, it's so nice to have you. You're no relation to Ted Nugent,
No,
huh?
no relation.
And no relation to Devin Nunes.
No, not that either. Good to see you.
It's
Thanks for having me.
great to see you. And so Healthcare California has been around, what, 8 years now?
8 years, June of 2004 is when we incorporated.
And you're the Chief Operating Officer. What do you do day in and day out?
Basically, I manage the company, just all aspects of human resources, finance, operations. We're a pretty big company. We've got about 70 plus employees, so we've got a team of clinicians, registered nurses, therapists. We go all throughout the valley and just providing home health coverage.
Right. Now, Harry G. Harris, of course, is the president. He's the owner of the company. He was the founder of this company because many years ago, and I've known Harry for many, many years. I know his mom got sick.
Right.
She needed home health care. And Harry dove into this issue of what is home health care about and decided to start his own company.
Right.
And so how do you market Healthcare California when there's so much competition out there right now, Devin?
Right, we do have a lot of competition. What we feel pretty good about is that we provide a great customer service experience from the moment referral source is calling in, whether it be a doctor, a hospital, skilled nursing facility. We are on the spot with our administrative team we want to provide a one-stop shop. So whatever that patient needs in terms of services, whether it's something maybe we don't even provide directly, such as durable medical equipment, a wheelchair, we're going to take the approach that we want to find that solution for you rather than give you a phone number to call. So I think that's why the referral sources like the experience with us, because all they do is fax us the information and we take it from there.
All right, we're talking to Devin Nugent, the Chief Operating Officer and Administrator for Healthcare California. If you've got a question, call in at 265-4331. If you're homebound, if you've been ill, if you have a stroke, if you break your leg, if you break your arm, if you fall down and can't move, if you're basically homebound and you need health care inside your home after you have received treatment at a hospital, say St. Agnes or community, then call in and ask Devin a question at 265-4331. I guess getting the word out, marketing, is a big factor when there's so much competition. Is that right?
It is. It's about relationships, at the provider level with those doctors' offices, with those skilled nursing facilities, with the assisted livings that the elderly live in. We generally, our population is the Medicare group
Right.
of patients, 65 and older.
Now, I know Harry, and I've known him since like 1996. He's a great guy, and he pays attention to detail. There's no doubt about it.
Right.
And he wants things right. What makes this company different from, say, all the others?
I think a pursuit of excellence, and it's interesting to mention Dr. Harris because I did have him back in the day as a professor, management professor, one of my most demanding professors ever, and I think that kind of drew me back to him over the years in terms of a mentor, and so we always stayed in touch, and he tapped into me a few years ago when this company was really getting bigger and had some more challenges in terms of the management, but
what makes this company different than, say, I don't know, the company down the street that
Right.
provides similar type services?
As I alluded to earlier, I think the customer service experience, the fact that we're gonna go the extra distance. We do things like open patients on the weekends. We're gonna open you within 48 hours. We take a wide variety of insurances. We just try to make that overall experience, and of course, our results that we've been recognized by Medicare for, such as the hospital readmissions. We maintain one of the lowest rates in the Central Valley among home health providers.
Yeah, interesting. I want to put something up on the screen, a graphic, and show you. This is a letter to the Fresno Bee, a letter to the editor that has not yet appeared, but it will appear shortly, maybe perhaps this weekend. And basically, you write to the Fresno Bee saying, in an effort to eliminate unnecessary care and curb growing spending, Medicare recently began cracking down on hospitals it says have too many readmissions. Well, for now, only readmissions relating to heart attack, heart failure, and pneumonia are being scrutinized. You can be sure the list will grow over time. The federal government expects to collect over $300 million in fines in the current year. This will help offset the estimated $17 billion in annual cost of hospital readmissions. In a simple sentence, what does this mean?
What it means is it's going to have a dramatic impact on particularly our local hospitals because in general they're serving a a lower income and sicker population. And so Medicare wants to save money by avoiding readmissions. So they're going to now pull back 1% of their payments initially for these 3 diagnoses if they're seeing readmissions. So what it's important for us to do as providers is to partner with hospitals and try to keep those readmissions down.
Now, what if a hospital makes an honest mistake and a patient is in fact readmitted into the hospital with the same type of injury or illness? Should a hospital be penalized for making an honest mistake? Perhaps it was a misdiagnosis or whatever.
And I don't believe that that should be the case, and oftentimes it's not even a mistake. You know, we can't oftentimes help if a patient declines, but to the extent that we can help, that's what we're trying to do is you know, effectively monitor those situations in terms of heart failure to ensure that the patient, everything possible is done to keep them out of the hospital.
Now, you're doing a great job. You've had a lot of experience, of course, in the corporate world. How difficult is it as the chief operating officer of a company? And I want to stress, ladies and gentlemen, this is a local company. It started just 8 years ago with Dr. Harry Harris here in Fresno, and just like Ventura TV started local, this is a local company. But how difficult is it in this economic climate to be a COO?
Well, it's challenging, that's for sure. But, you know, everybody at our company, I think, has challenging positions. We have the clinicians that are out in the field visiting patients in their homes in a variety of environments, and they have a challenge every day. You know, the administrative staff has a challenge every day, and just dealing with patients and referral sources. So I don't really want to, you know, point to how difficult I have it. I think we have a great company, a great team, and we provide coverage from Porterville up to Merced. We have the largest coverage area in the Central Valley, and we're all challenged every day in what we do, but our job is to do the best we can.
Yeah, I want to get into some of what you do with the nurses and home health care when we come back. We got to take a quick time out here on Connect with Me. Our guest here is the Chief Operating Officer of Healthcare California. His name is Devin Nugent, and we encourage your phone calls if you have a question. If you're homebound, you need home health care, please call in and ask a question if you'd like at 265-4331. Right now, as I look down, our phone line is open. We're back with more of our guests in just a moment.
Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're the save energy, save time, save money place. The Energy Star qualified #1 rated high-efficiency Cabrio from Whirlpool Place. You heard right. Right now, save big on select Whirlpool Cabrio laundry pairs and pay no interest when paid in full within 6 months. At the hometown low price, think outside the big box place. Since 1951, Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're working hard to be your place.
The founder of Healthcare California is Dr. Harry G. Harris, and I know his pursuit of excellence in everything that he does, including when he formed and founded this company 8 years ago. And the man he hired and chose to run this company is Devin Nugent. He's here as our guest today, and you know all about that excellence, right? He demands excellence.
Yes, he does. He definitely does. You know, I remember getting an argument with him over a grade years ago, but we always joke about that now, you know. I still think I should have gotten that A, but you know.
Oh, well, what's past is past,
right?
Right,
Exactly. It made me a better person, so.
That's right. Let's talk about some of the services that you do offer in your home health care program. What can we start with?
We can start with registered nursing, physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. We also provide home health aides for a limited amount of time in terms of any type of things in the home, such as proper bathing, safe bathing, and so forth. We also have social workers that work for us that can oftentimes identify situations going on in the home that maybe need some more services provided. So,
do you provide 24-hour care if they need?
We do not provide 24-hour companion care.
Okay.
That's a different type of industry, typically known as non-skilled care. But
okay.
Our service begins with a doctor's order, so it's a prescription that they're writing for home health. Let's say.
So it all starts at the doctor's office.
Exactly.
When they're released from the hospital or whatever.
Yes, it does, and Medicare does require that that this be signed off by a doctor. So if grandma has a hip replacement, then they recommend that therapy in the home. So the doctor
for 3 months or 6 months or whatever it might be.
The period of care would be we open them up for a 60-day certification period, and then at the end of that period we determine are there still needs present there. And for the patient, a lot of people don't know about the home health benefit that it's Medicare provides this. There are no co-pays, no deductibles at this point. what the future may hold on that, we don't know.
Now, do you have to be put through the process of qualifying for Medicare? You have to fill out all the paperwork at the doctor's office and all that kind of stuff so they can submit all the application to Medicare? Is that how it works?
Well, in terms of who we're providing services for, they're people that are on Medicare. That's their insurance currently.
Okay.
And in order to qualify for this, the main, the guiding principle here is that they need to be homebound, which means they cannot leave their homes without a severe and taxing
So they don't have
effort.
to submit it. They're already on Medicare.
Right, they're on Medicare, yes.
Okay, so basically your target audience, Medicare patients.
Right, Medicare patients. Probably about 90% of who we serve Medicare. We do occasionally accept other types of insurances, but yeah, generally it's Medicare that we're
and
targeting.
generally it's a prescription. Now, okay, let's talk about your service area. You briefly touched on it. You go as far north as Atwater, you said?
Right, Atwater up through Los Banos. We go Mendota, Fireball, Kerman, all the way down to Porterville, Corcoran, Hanford. So.
And how many of these therapists do you have on hand, on staff right now?
We have a total of about probably 50 clinicians that work for us in various capacities, whether nurses or therapists. So it's a struggle to find clinicians. I mean, they're in such high demand.
Why?
Well, we've talked about in the past, just the nursing shortages that we've seen in recent years in terms of getting into the programs. It's just, there are so many options for example, for a physical therapist to go work, and it's just tough. We're fighting for a kind of a limited population, especially in the Central Valley. Occupational therapy is a big one, the upper body, and the nearest school for that, I believe, is San Jose. So we don't really have a local program here that's producing occupational therapists.
Yeah. Is the pay okay? I mean, can they earn a pretty good income?
Yeah, definitely earn a good income, and based upon how many patients they see, that can vary, but certainly there's a good income to be made in home health.
Yeah. Now, once they get in there, do they fix meals for the patients if need be, and they bathe them? You said. I know you. No, they don't fix meals.
No, they don't do that. It's again a skilled service, so the nurse is going in and providing a skilled service, basically in conformity with the plan of care that was developed for that patient.
So basically, it's only therapy, and if a person is homebound and they can't say boil a cup of tea or something like that, that provider cannot do that for them.
Right, that's true. We're going to train them how to safely do things. If they can't safely ambulate or if they can't safely move about, then our therapists are going to help them do that, learn how to safely transfer from, for example, the bed to the commode or things like that. So we're there to help them get safe in their home.
And learn how to do things on their own again.
Right. We want them to be independent, and we want them, and in their comfort of their own home is where people tend to thrive. So
I know some people watching this show, they may not qualify for Medicare. I mean, all the people out there that, well, not all, a lot of people who watch MeTV and all of these programs that are around me right now, like Gunsmoke and Batman and Bonanza. I mean, the baby boomers, the Medicare group, you're watching right now. If you have any questions about home health care, call in, because I know you're watching this network all the time, MeTV. It's growing in popularity around the country, and home health care is growing in popularity as well. And so the question I have is, in terms of say, qualifying, when there's so many choices out there, can the patient oftentimes make that decision on their own, or how does that work, Devin?
That's absolutely correct. It's the patient's right to choose. That's what everybody needs to remember. And a lot of times, people don't know anything about home health until they're in that situation. And so I've kind of made the reference to the baby boomers nowadays and their parents. All of a sudden they're in the hospital, they need home health. How do they figure out who to
So it's
choose?
not the doctor, the nurse that makes the choice, it's the patient?
Well, oftentimes the doctor may say, well, I prefer to work with this agency, but if the patient has had a great experience with another agency and feels that they provide excellent care, then ultimately it is the patient's right to choose.
Right, yeah. So it's not the son or the daughter or the cousin that brings the patient in.
Right.
Hey.
Yeah. But a lot of times, in truth, patients don't have any visibility to home health agencies, and so they'll defer to whoever tells them where they should go. But it's important to do your research. You can look in on this.
Yeah. Now, quickly, before we go to break, you have a website and a telephone number. Why don't you give that out? So
the website is www.healthcal.com, and the local number is 559-243-9990.
All right, we're talking with Devin Nugent. He is the Chief Operating Officer of Healthcare California right here in Fresno. They're located at Bullard and West, a very convenient location for all of us here in Fresno. 559-265-4331 is our number. We're coming back with our final segment in just a moment.
The great detective Remington Steele, he doesn't exist. I invented him.
The woman behind the man, Miss Laura Holt.
Until the day he walked in, with his blue eyes and mysterious past.
Remington Steele is an elaborate ruse. He does not exist.
We never mix business with pleasure. Well, almost never.
I think it's time they found me.
Remington Steele. Weeknights at 8, 7 Central on MeTV.
And we're talking home health care this morning here on Connect with Me. And I do want to put up a disclaimer. We do this for Ask the Expert and Focus on Business Day. Let's put that up on the screen so you can read it very quickly there. I'm not going to go over it chapter and verse. You can read it word for word for yourself. But basically, we're saying that, Devin Nugent, who is the Chief Operating Officer of Healthcare California, came here on his own. We are not paying him to be here. He's not paying us to be on the show or anything like that. He came voluntarily, and we are glad to help promote one of the local companies. A local company just like Ventura TV is a local company that started local. Healthcare California started local and is a local company. Now, Devin, I want to get into this program that you're trying to develop a brand new program at Healthcare California. It has to do with heart failure. Explain what that program is.
Well, we feel that congestive heart failure, which we call CHF, is something that's being looked at particularly locally here by our hospitals. It's a major contributor to hospital readmissions, and so we're trying to develop programs now to really educate the patient on what is CHF, what are the signs of CHF, and how we can prevent that, and how we can just use home health and a continuing care model to prevent patients from declining and going back into the hospital.
Both of my parents had congestive heart failure, and eventually they lived a long life, a very good life. But this strikes a lot of people when they get old. What's say one or two of the signs of, say, congestive heart failure?
Well, we've actually put them together here on this, and I don't know if I can just kind of show everybody what this is.
No problem.
High blood pressure, coronary artery disease, heart attack. Those are the things that cause heart failure. Signs: faster heartbeat, ways to prevent it. Watch your sodium intake, things like that.
Sure.
Stick to your medical regimen. So there's a lot of
and
things.
Consult with your doctor too.
Right, exactly.
Right,
definitely.
Right. Hey, we do have a phone call here on Connect with Me this morning regarding home health care, a very important issue these days, and especially when Obamacare kicks in 2014. I don't think anybody knows what's going to happen then. But let's take the phone call and see what's going on here. Good morning. You're on Connect with Me. How are you?
Fine.
Good. Go ahead.
I wanted to ask about because they're talking about the health care.
Yeah,
they don't have a dental plan.
No, this is home health care. If you go into the hospital and you come out and you need therapy, either occupational or physical therapy, is that what you're talking about?
Oh no. I was just wondering if they had something for dental.
No, this isn't that kind of health care. You're talking about individual health care. This is something different. This is home therapy for those patients.
And nursing.
Yeah, and nursing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But thank you for your call and your interest anyway. I appreciate it very much. How important is it, say when a patient comes out of the hospital, they're in St. Agnes for 10 days or whatever it might be, and they come home to their own environment. They're sleeping in their own bed. They're taking a bath or a shower in their own restroom. Okay? How important is that to the psyche for the patient?
I think it's huge. Studies have shown that people thrive in their homes, and if given the option, would they rather be in a skilled nursing facility or even in a hospital bed versus their homes? It's just a no-brainer. In terms of the cost to Medicare of home health, the average daily cost of home health is $140 compared to about $600 a day in a skilled nursing facility and $6,000 a day in a hospital. So, there's not only the cost effectiveness, but there's also just the patient in the comfort of their own home able to rehabilitate, able to get better. And studies have shown that people get well faster, in the home. So.
Right, and I would be amiss here if I didn't at least ask you, even if you can't answer. Nobody knows what Obamacare is going to do to any of these companies in 2014. Is everybody in the health care industry, whether it be Healthcare California or St. Agnes or Blue Cross Blue Shield, is everybody kind of worried about what's going to happen?
I think there is a lot of genuine worry. For us, we target Medicare as our primary population, our primary customer. So the question is always, with Obamacare, with more programs possibly being covered at more cost to the government, does that mean we're going to have a rate cut at some point in the future?
Yeah, let's take a call. Good morning. You're on Connect with Me. What's your question?
How much does this cost, this health care?
How much does it cost?
Yes. Is there...
There is currently no copay and no deductible for Medicare in terms of the benefit. Now, if you're in private insurance, sometimes there are copays for each visit, such as $25, something like. It just depends totally upon what your insurance plan is.
Are you in need of home health care, ma'am?
Yes.
You are. Okay. Do you qualify for Medicare yet? Or?
Yes.
You do. Okay.
And what you should do in a case like that where you feel like you would benefit, you need to talk to your primary care physician, your doctor, to ask, do you think I could benefit from home health? And if so, he's going to write that order. And, if we end up with that order, then we're going to send somebody out to give you a full assessment.
All right. Thank you very much.
Do you need physical or occupational therapy at this point?
Physical.
Physical. Okay. We'll let Devin give you the number, and then perhaps you can talk to your physician about this. The number is... Again,
the number locally is 559-243-9990, and just give us a call, and we'll walk you through the process.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Good luck to you. Best of luck. All right. And so getting back to the Obamacare, yeah, people are kind of fearful right now because the cost may go up. That's what everyone's worried about.
I think primarily now Obamacare is maybe going to affect private insurers more in terms of, mandates and causing, coverage for people with pre-existing conditions. We don't know how it's going to affect us. We hope that Medicare understands the value of home health and it does not continue to cut our rates because we provide a very cost-effective service.
I don't know. Right now, I'm reading so much. I don't know what to believe and what not to believe, but as I understand it, Obamacare has already taken a lot of money out of Medicare so far, and some of the services have, in fact, been reduced. Have you seen any kind of effect yet?
I have not seen an effect, and in fact, we get publications from Medicare talking about the money they've saved and in terms of prescriptions for people that have fallen into that donut hole and how they're being saved money. So I assume that money may be coming from somewhere, but at this point, we're not really sure how it's going to affect our model going forward.
And let me ask you something that I just thought of. With the way healthcare is going right now, everybody wants to trim everything down, including Medicare. Is home healthcare the wave of the future more so than in the past?
I really believe it is. It's going to be the scary part of it in terms of just there's so many providers out there, but Medicare is going to start paying us for how well we get somebody, and if they look at a population and say, well, this person declined, then they're going to start basing payments on that, which I think is a good idea to keep people in terms of agencies getting people better. It keeps them accountable.
I would assume that there's a certain segment of the population that maybe they're in a nursing home when maybe they're kind of borderline. They could either be at home or at a nursing home where maybe a little bit of home health care and therapy would help them stay at home. Am I right about that?
That's right. And we do identify at times somebody who does have a decline that you really can't help at times, and they have a higher level of care need, so they go to a skilled nursing facility. But yes, we're able to actively promote home health and keep them out of those facilities, and we feel like that's a big savings to the government. So.
Yeah, and I think the government and everybody else is looking perhaps for these savings to keep those people out of those nursing homes and maybe have them at home if at all possible.
Right, exactly. Because like I said, the cost of a day in a skilled nursing facility is $600 versus $130 from home health.
But on average per month, it's about $6,000.
$6,000 was the cost of a day in a hospital.
But I think for a nursing facility, like a rest home, I think is about $6,000 to $7,000. I don't know. I could be wrong.
You're probably right.
I could be wrong about that. $6,000 to $7,000 a month. One final thing. We've got about a minute left here, Devin. Anything you'd like to add about your company that we haven't touched on?
I just to kind of add that we are in terms of the largest home health provider, we cover the largest area in the Central Valley, and we've been up for 8 years. We have offices, and we have an office in Visalia, so we have a presence there. We have a founder who's from Hanford, so we have a local presence here, a local provider in the Central Valley, and I feel good about how we've done and the progress we've made, and that Medicare's even recognized us for that.
Phone number one more time, quickly. We got 10 seconds.
559-243-9990.
All right, my friend. Come back again.
Okay, thanks.
Give our best to Dr. Harris.
Will do. Thank you.
All right. Expect to see you back here soon. Devin Nugent, the COO of Home Healthcare California, I should say, tomorrow. Don't forget, it's Tom Flores Day, the former two-time Super Bowl winning coach of the Oakland/Los Angeles Raiders at 10:30 and 7:30 tomorrow on Connect with Me. Have a great day. See you back here live on Friday.